What's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday. We got a draft going right now. We're in the middle of it, so I got to start this. Like I said, middle of the draft. This is a Millie Maker draft as usual. I'm in the 9 spot. See if we get any values. I had a really crazy draft last night that I posted on Twitter. If you guys want to give that a look, got Jordan Addison 100th overall in that draft. This could be an Addison spot too in the 7th, maybe even the 8th, but I'd probably will take him before then. All right, we'll go. Let's go neighbor. Let's go Nico. Kind of splitting it with them. I like Nico, I think, a touch more, but they're in the same tier for me. Interchangeable. Drake London going earlier. Nikki, what's going on? BP, what's up? Black Muddy River. Good morning. Love the content. Any $100 hot routes on DK? Great structure, but tough to fill the lobbies. Yeah, I've done 2 of the 3. But like you said, I like to do live drafts, so it's tough. I've been trying to get into the 250 also, and I can't. Well, Chase Brown just went, so we're gonna get Devon Achane here. I like Achane more. Maybe I get some Henry exposure actually. Here, we're gonna go Derrick Henry because I don't have nearly as much exposure to Henry as I do Achane. NC State Poole College of Management. Is this the real College of Management from NC State? Fun fact, actually. I went to NC State and I was studying business for a semester before I transferred to Pitt. So it's pretty funny that account just did this. I'm maybe assuming that you were logged into the wrong account. Either way, hilarious and awesome. But yeah, I posted that team, like you said, and I had Chase Brown as a hero RB and people, well, one person. Like, the problem with me posting on Twitter is I obviously have a big, like, redraft and season-long audience. Yeah, Jacob did. Okay. Post that into the pool account accidentally. But I obviously have a big redraft season-long audience, and people don't even know what best ball is. So they see my lineup and they just immediately are like, that team sucks, but they don't have the right context for it. And oftentimes it's not even worth explaining the context because they don't want to understand. Steve, how much weight do you put on player exposure? Does that change as you get deeper? Yeah, it does change. Like right now I'm trying to get, like, I have a number in mind for Derrick Henry. I'm not going to be overweight on Henry, but I definitely don't want to be like way underweight. So I'll take him over Achane in that case. I think Achane, though, straight up is the better PPR pick than Derrick Henry. Just kind of how it goes. Turn on some tunes. Mr. Kitchen is coming to Charlotte today. Gonna pick him up from the airport this afternoon. Then we're going to go to the Fantasy Football Expo tomorrow up in Canton, Ohio. If anyone is in the Ohio region, Pittsburgh region, Columbus, Cincinnati, even if you're further than that, you should try to go to the Fantasy Football Expo. It's a lot of fun. What's your JJ squared exposure? It's at least, I mean, it's above market. I think my Jefferson's probably at like 10 or 11, and JJ McCarthy's probably around the same. Above market? What should I say? Above market? What's the right phrasing? Above expected would probably be the phrasing. Because expected is 8.3%. Above the field, yeah. Is it an uptown kind of night with kitchen? No. I'm honestly going to have to, don't tell him, but I'm probably going to have to work a little bit tonight. We're just chilling. I'll show him Davidson, where I live. Go around town there. Should I go Lamar with Derrick Henry, or is that too it's either JSN or Lamar. Let's go JSN. Play it safe. Lamar and Derrick Henry are going to cannibalize each other a little bit. Although you're betting on the offense, of course, too. But like, even Saquon's going to catch more passes than Derrick Henry. It did work out fine last year. I could have made the argument to do it, but preferred not to. Probably looking at wide receiver again in this next round. I haven't been drafting much DJ Moore. By the way, if you guys have the late round draft guide, there's going to be like 13 updates to the guide this week. There's a lot. So we can go Mike Evans. We can go Xavier Worthy. I mean, I'll probably just play the ADP game and go Evans here. You know, you don't have... I really am like... I really want to take like Jameson Williams, but play the ADP game a little bit. You know, this is draft 129, I think, for the Millie. There you go. Goated for doing this at breakfast. Kids are dropped off. My work day has started. It's a good time for me to do it too. How high do you think Henry and Bowers should go in a 10-team half PPR home league? Like Henry 1-2 turn, Bowers a little bit after that. Obviously in a 10-teamer, you're gonna be more inclined to get one of those elite tight ends because every team is better in a 10-team league. So you need to have that edge, that advantage. Look at this, Joe Burrow with no T. Higgins or Jamar Chase. This guy in the top spot is not happy. After clearly game stacking, you know, going that route and then not being able to get Joe Burrow. Xavier Worthy at 410 is wild to me. That's basically where he was going before the Rashee Rice stuff happened. Like, basically the result of the Rashee Rice stuff, which obviously hasn't come to fruition yet with his suspension, but the result of it has been Rashee Rice has fallen and Xavier Worthy has just stayed the exact same spot. Like, I mean, sure, ADP wise, like he's risen a little bit, but it's really bizarre to me. I still think Rashee Rice has a chance to get 6 games. I'm going to say 4, but I still think there's a chance for 6. George Pickens has been rising. Used to be able to get him in the mid-5th. I have a lot of Pickens. Yeah, Hollywood's hurt too, like you said, Jacob. All right, so Waddle would work for this build in the next round because we have Evans. I mean, if Devontae Smith's there, I'm going to get him. You know who I have not drafted is Chuba. Maybe I'll get some exposure if he falls, but I don't think he's going to fall. I literally, guys, and this could come back to bite me for sure. I don't think I have any Chuba Hubbard in a Millie so far this draft season. I mean, could this be it? I'll let it be it if he falls. All right, we're doing it. That's my first Chuba Hubbard, I think. I've just had a really hard time taking him over like Kenneth Walker, and then all this wide receiver range is just so good from like mid-4th, like where JMO goes, You know, I love Pickens. I love Ted McMillan, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Travis Hunter. I worry about Chuba Hubbard's receiving upside. But I think the first month of the season, given their schedule, he's in a really good spot. So, again, when he goes off to start the year, they have a good offensive line too. But when he goes off to start the year, don't at me. Love seeing the running backs go off the board, though, right after that. Oh, man, Calvin Ridley. Come on down. That actually worked pretty well because I would have gone Ridley in that 509. So getting him in the 6th works out pretty well. Digging the background music, vibing in my earbud on an early morning. I love to hear it, Chandler. I agree on Rice possibly getting 6. If Addison got 3, Rice probably deserves 6. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're thinking, but like, I mean, look, DUI offenses like what Addison had usually get 3. Yeah, Broncos 6th round running back, or fifth string running back goes in the 6th round. I do not believe any of that, for the record. And I saw Benjamin Albright, who I respect, and you know I've mutually followed, and have talked to for years on Twitter. Saw him tweeting about RJ Harvey in fantasy football, and Ben covers the Broncos. He knows the Broncos intimately, and he was saying that Dobbins is the better pick, basically. Essentially, I mean, he's not even saying like versus ADP. He's just saying that Dobbins is going to see more work to start the year, and then maybe they use Harvey a little bit more as the season goes on. I'm still drafting Harvey because of what I care about from a fantasy football perspective. But what I think Albright's tweets were really saying is that we should be targeting J.K. Dobbins as well. Like it's a backfield we want, and I that's why both of those guys are in my draft guide as as players to target. I think Dobbins could be is like a really good 0 RB target, where you're kind of like waiting for the chaos to ensue. And then Harvey could be the league winner down the stretch. A lot of it's pass protection related. RJ Harvey had some pass pro issues. But even when they drafted him, Sean Payton came out and said, you know, yes, it's a thing, but we can add an extra tight end or do XYZ to make sure that it's not hurting our team. This is what I hate about fantasy analysis, is that like DQ is saying here, you don't have to choose just one. And like, I do think that you should in an individual draft, but I see no reason to have, you know, to as an analyst to say, no, it's going to be this guy. It's like Caleb Johnson and Jaylen Warren. I like Jaylen Warren more at cost, but I think it's a pretty similar situation as RJ Harvey and J.K. Dobbins, where pass pro issues with the rookie, but the rookie could see a lot more work down the stretch, and Jaylen Warren's sort of the better 0 RB type target. And I liked Caleb Johnson too as a prospect quite a bit. Well, there goes Baker, so we're not going to get the Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield stack. We don't have incredibly great stackable players. I mean, we can get Cam Ward, but I don't really like getting Sam Darnold. And then CJ Stroud's fine. Let's see. Did Addison? Yeah, Addison still went 703. It's crazy that he went when he... I got him 100th overall yesterday, guys. It's crazy. I was thinking about going Jaden Reed there. That's unfortunate. Don't really want to go Juwan Jennings. Don't want to go Khalil Shakir. Don't want to go Josh Downs. Don't really want to go Cooper Kupp either. Even though I have... This isn't a great spot. Hawkinson? I'll go Aaron Jones. Just get exposure. I mean, that was a just dead spot in the draft. I don't have a ton of Aaron Jones. I do think he's going to be their primary pass catcher, though. This is a sharper draft, unfortunately. Like Matthew Golden going 702, Jaden Reed 708. I mean, even Josh Downs, I love the player. I just have such a hard time with the situation. Yeah, one of the worst spots in the draft now with all the injury uncertainty and such. Agreed. Do you think Harvey got overvalued because of capital and landing spot relative to his prospect profile? A little bit. Yeah, I mean, but I don't think his prospect profile was bad. And oftentimes when you have, I might just go Jawan Jennings here and hope that he's okay. Yeah. Kind of a dead area. But yeah, I mean, like RJ Harvey had the explosive profile and like really good ground game stuff. His receiving work was kind of questionable in my opinion, wasn't like amazing. But in an offense that like Denver's, where they feature that so much, you know, they're not going to, like, they didn't draft him thinking that he wouldn't be able to do that. Like, it's not like they drafted Audric Estime. That's what I'm saying, Tyler. Enough wideouts early to protect that calf. This is a pretty mid team, though. Like, this is not a team that I've really drafted often. Again, Chuba Hubbard, I think this is my first time drafting him. Aaron Jones, don't get him very often. I get a decent amount of Calvin Ridley. JSN, I'm probably at expected. I'm a little bit low on Evans, I think. And then Nico I like. And Jennings I like. Yeah, Keenan Allen went 802. I just saw that. Good call out, Henry. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with Albright. Right before you hopped in, I was talking about, he would tweet about it last night, actually. So he's sticking with his original thoughts. He thinks that Jaleel McLaughlin is playing the Sproles role, which is where I kind of disagree. I don't think that Sean Payton is running this offense the same way that he just ran the Saints offense, for instance. Man, a lot of quarterbacks. I like McMillan over Jalen Waddle, but I like Waddle. It's kind of weird. I felt like there was like a sweet spot in terms of like getting crazy value in these drafts. In late July. And then recently the drafts have been tough. Or tougher. Like where I don't feel unbelievably great about what they look like, what my teams look like. And then I tweet out a team yesterday where I got really good wide receiver value and it was a hero RB team. And then, you know, people hated it. But I actually love that team that I tweeted out. Yeah, McLaughlin, I don't think has nearly the same amount of juice as man, Nix is still here. We can stack Nix later. I might go Nix and try to push Brock. Because why not? And where's the Kittle team? Yeah, the Kittle team already went. Let's just push. Let's just try to get Brock in the next round. I could have gone Andrews there, though, too. I should have gone Andrews. I'm just playing into the quarterback run. If people hate the team, it's usually destined for greatness. My favorite team. By the way, Tyler, the team that I tweeted last night, I don't know if you saw it or not. That's a Tyler team. There goes Purdy. Of course. Completely nude Purdy. I should have known. There's just so many options for Denver later that I don't really care that it's unstacked right now. I agree. That team was awesome. With all this branding, I got a sponsor to get some equity on Tyler teams. Yeah. This is not a Tyler team. This is a nobody team. This team is a 6 out of 10 right now. If that. If that. All right. What are we looking at? I'm still okay with drafting Mooney because I've seen PTs talk about how he should be okay. There's no correlation going on here, huh? Could go Loveland, but I think it's a little bit forceful. I would have probably gone Loveland if I got Purdy, but we open up another stack with Mooney. Could go JJ McCarthy. We'll go Mooney. Just an all over the place team. Yeah, I would have gone Loveland if I got Purdy, I think. I would have gone Mixon. I got Mixon yesterday around this area, and it was on a running back. I think I started Saquon and JT, just a super high T start. And then I got Joe Mixon with it and felt fine because of that. I could have gotten him here, I guess. Probably could have because of the Nico stuff. I'm not on top of my game right now. Not on top of my game. This is not the best. I got a lot on my mind, apparently. Forgot I had Nico. We got to hope Stroud can make it back. That would be ideal. I can't do a second draft today, unfortunately. I've got a lot to do before Mr. Kitchen lands here in Charlotte. A lot to do. Draft guide updates go out tomorrow. Like I said, I think I have 13 updates that I'm doing. I got one more write-up to do on a player. But it is the biggest update I think I've ever had in draft guide history. We've got 3 wide receivers that I added to players to target. I got a wide receiver added to players to avoid. I got 3 late round dart throws and then updates to other blurbs. Yeah, man, you got to come to the expo. Be great. It's a good time. Do you notice the difference in morning drafts and the night drafting? Not really. Not typically. Wow, CJ Stroud won, didn't he? This team is dust. Let's try to land this. We got to go Penix next. Probably force it with Cam Ward. All right, so we got Penix, Mooney. This could be a Pitts team too. Worried about Bo Nix later. And with Bo Nix in the bring back, we can look at like Brashard Smith and Jalen Royals. Only day I can make the expo, potentially Sunday. Wife has plans on Saturday, so I have the kids. What about Friday evening, Deeb? Yeah, Igbuka is really tough to get at ADP at this point. I mean, like, you got to take Stephon Diggs over him, I think. I'm taking Pearsall over him still. But I also got a lot of exposure early. You guys should go to the expo. It's fun. Bo Nix and the Bring Back sounds like a 70s doo-wop group. Oh, man. All right, let's see what we're working with here. I mean, we probably either go Pitts or Cam Ward. And I think because our quarterback situation is so dire, we probably want to go Cam Ward. It sucks, but it's safer in this current drafting environment. Nix, Penix, and Ward could be worse, but I just don't love. I mean, we haven't doubled anything. We haven't really brought anything back. So the final rounds, we're going to really have to kick it up a notch. Herbert is long gone. He went 10-01. Easy back sack too. Rushing upside. Yeah, I think so too. Juwan bring back makes sense. Yeah. I think part of it is that I'm staring at Chuba Hubbard and I'm like, I finally did it. And the team around him sucks. I like the individual guy. Like I've liked Mooney all offseason. I like Juwan Jennings all offseason. Aaron Jones, I haven't been drafting a ton. I like Calvin Ridley all offseason. JSN's fine. I love Nico. So like the players themselves aren't that bad. I think the running back room is what's throwing me off so much because it's 3 guys that I'm not above expected on and above the field. That's probably why I have the feeling I do. We got to stack Bo Nix too. Some might say the Knicks pick was bad, that I should have gone Purdy. But I think there's enough stack. Like, we get Troy Franklin, Devon Vele. Marvin Mims, I don't think is gone yet. Yeah, he's still there. I mean, he would be the pick next, but I doubt he'll be there. Yeah, he literally just went. All right. Hollywood's banged up. I think that he'll fall. Probably just get a body in Stevenson if he's there. Yeah, Ertz is a good punt. Just a high floor dude. He's probably the pick next. No correlation going there, but we could get like Ertz and like Elijah Arroyo or something, or Jatavian. Do you think that sometimes we put too much effort into stacking? I don't, because I think it's really important. I'm not clicking Judkins or Najee at all. No. I'm just not doing it. Someone's going to take them higher than me. All right, so we got one tight end. This isn't really the go-to range for me for tight end. I'll get Brenton Strange often, but this draft has been pretty sharp, man. It has not been an easy draft at all. I don't really want to go Eckler because it's more of a floor. I think Tootin might be the play. We just don't have much correlation. Trying to think. Trey Benson, maybe? I just don't have any Cincinnati either. I'll go Tootin. Tough scenes. Yeah, exactly. Heavy running back, bro, with a slappy running back, bro. Yeah. This team is so mid. All right, let's start thinking about, I haven't been drafting as much Pat Bryant as I did early on. I was drafting him a lot early on. But like, we're going to need Vele, Franklin. Let's get Royals and Brashard Smith in there. Ray McLeod. I mean, we can get Iamaner. Chig would work really well. I think Higbee works for this team. If we get a young guy in between him and Ertz. Oh yeah, Jawan. Yeah, Woody Marks could play. I actually think Dameon Pierce is becoming kind of interesting as like a really low-owned option. So I think this run scheme fits him better. And no one's drafting him. Am I crazy for buying into this Roschon Johnson goal line and potential pass game involvement on Ben Johnson team? He's not been good. Yeah, I've had Roschon Johnson as a target throughout the offseason. I haven't drafted much DeAndre Swift like at all. And it's probably a mistake, but I just have a hard time with it. I might force it with Chig next. Eckler's kind of nice here, though. But he's falling because of the Krosky Merritt stuff. The funny thing, though, is that like Krosky Merritt doesn't really profile just as like a satellite back, the way that Eckler makes his living. But let's go Chig to get that tight end and get more of that stack. I'm sick of trying to push it in this draft. Has not been working. I actually might make this a Pierce team. If we get like two cheapy running backs at the very end. Yeah, I think Krosky Merritt is worth a spot in redraft. 17 roster spots for sure. All right, let's see. We can go Jalen Wright. I love Jalen Wright. I've drafted him a ton, but I think he fits with Mike Evans. So we'll just get best player available there by ADP. And actually getting Jalen Wright there means that we could just get Dameon Pierce at the end of this draft, and that's our running back room. So we'll go 2 wide receivers and 1 tight end. Along with, hopefully, Dameon Pierce. So we're not going to get Brashard Smith. We need the Denver guys, so we got to force that probably the next couple rounds. I think that the draft I probably just should have taken Purdy over Knicks. And then, because it's not like, I mean, what? There's probably like a 60-40 chance that Knicks outperforms Purdy. 55-45. Like, it's not even that crazy. But I honestly think the next 2 rounds, I'm just going to reach for Vele and Franklin. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Because, like, I'm trying to play, like, we're getting, like, 3 20th round plus picks, 19th round plus picks. in these final rounds. So I guess we should probably just force it at tight end to finish and close off tight end. And we can get, I mean, even if it's unstacked, like we don't have to get, I mean, Juwan would probably be the play. We can just get him next. Live a little and get your guys. Well, yeah, I got Kitchens boys in this one with the Titans. Torrey Horton, man, I'm very intrigued because I liked him as a prospect. Usually when it's these day 3 guys like that and I like them as prospects, if they get steam, I'll buy into them. If I didn't like them as prospects, and all it does is kind of like make me at least be semi-interested, but whenever they get steam and I like them, I lean into it. So I'm into Horton. Labeling drafts as smash Kitchens guys or Tyler's teams, spin the wheel. Basically the categorization. I mean, I wasn't gonna get Brashard Smith anyway, it looks like. All right, we'll go Juwan. And then I think we got to get both Vele and Franklin. Like it's at least different, right? I'm actually going to get Franklin next because he's gotten more positive reports recently, even though I think Vele is the better pick. Yeah, I didn't know Harmon was a Horton guy. It's good to see. I'll talk about him to Harmon this weekend. All right, we'll go Franklin now. Like these final, I mean, we're getting 20th round picks for the final 3 spots. Yeah, I still think Vele is going to be their primary slot because Sean Payton likes that big slot too. But I think Franklin's at least a splash play candidate. We don't have a bring back for Atlanta or Denver, but I guess there are worse things. I mean, technically we could, instead of getting Dameon Pierce and forcing that, if Jarquez or Blake Corum are there, we could have done that. Probably could have done that this past round. Probably should have done that this past round. I just had this Dameon Pierce idea in my head. I'll go Hunter next if he's there. And then just hope that Vele doesn't get drafted. Take these guys off. The way this draft is going, there's no way Hunter falls. Because it's just too clean for this build. I feel like I could probably get away with 5 running backs too. People aren't as into the Rams backs because of Kyron Williams' contract, but I see that being nothing for redraft. Kyron getting that contract did nothing to his ranking in my season-long rankings. Dallas RB1 goes in the 18th round. Was it Miles Sanders? Oh, Turpin. 19th round. There goes Jarquez. Naturally. All right, we'll go Vele. Right there. We got the Broncos stack. Weird team. I think we landed it, but we landed it to the point where it's like a 6 out of 10 team instead of a 4 out of 10 team. So we're going to get Dameon Pierce to just really say F it. Very weird for your usual. It was a tough draft. I mean, sometimes you just get in these rooms where you're just like right at the wall every time over and over again. And that's kind of what this was in this draft. All right, we're going to do Dameon Pierce. Yeah, I'm trying to change up my exposure, which is why I got Chuba Hubbard. All right, let's rate it out of 10. Not expecting high numbers here. Nico Collins, Derrick Henry, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Mike Evans, Chuba Hubbard, Calvin Ridley, Aaron Jones, Juwan Jennings, Bo Nix. Literally nothing. No correlation through those rounds. Darnell Mooney, Michael Penix. So we got the Falcons stack there. Cam Ward with Calvin Ridley. Zach Ertz is a body. Bashal Tutin as an upside pick with sort of the safer guys earlier on. Chigakonkwo to pair with Cam Ward and Calvin Ridley. Jalen Wright goes with Mike Evans. Juwan Jennings is a bring back for that Tennessee offense in week 17. Troy Franklin and Devon Vele for Bo Nix, and then Dameon Pierce, who pairs up with Nico Collins. We all had fun out of 10. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Pretty mid team. Pretty mid team. Although I did get JSN and Chuba. I always forget about that game. I'll give it a 5-8. You guys are being kind. But it's a 5-8 also because I got some players that I don't always get. So I feel less comfortable with it. Oh, a 7 from C Money. It's at least live. Very rare. Like, I don't think I've had a single DraftKings draft where I walked away and I'm like, this team is absolute dust. But this is in the category of I just don't feel amazing about it. So that's where we're at. I think that's it for streaming for me for a handful of days because we're going to be at the Fantasy Football Expo. Kitchen might stream while we're there, and I'm drafting because I have the Kings Classic draft. That's an all-day event at the Hall of Fame on Saturday. I'll probably be tweeting about it, talking about it. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys for hopping in, participating in the stream. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, like this video, comment, interact as much as you possibly can. The draft guide available on LateRound.com. The updates will be going out tomorrow morning. I've been working on that. And there's a ton of updates. Like I said, you guys are going to get a ton of new players to target, avoid, all that jazz. So check it out, LateRound.com. Otherwise, everyone, thanks for tuning in.